mute now.
Okay. All right. Oh, it is live. Okay. Well, welcome in everyone. This is the Waifus season 4. I'm Ellev8tion, and my co-host here is Sasha. I know. I'm trying to make sure everything is working, everything is good. I'm about to get everything set up. We're going to start asking questions to each other, and then you guys will actually get to ask us some questions. So hopefully, y'all see the outfits, y'all see the ninjas. We are here. Uh, Sasha, is there anything you want to say here before I get my stuff started?
Just hey, how's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Easter to those that celebrate. Yeah, just hi. Happy to be here.
Oh, it is Easter tomorrow. Like, how long? I forget. So, I'm actually going to do this over here just so that everybody can see everything and ask all these questions. Oh my goodness, I am pink. I am very pink. All right. So, first things first, if you're comfortable, Sasha, if you introduce yourself to me, what would you say? Who are you as a person?
That's always a complicated question. I am a multifaceted individual. That's a good way to put it in a nutshell.
Okay. Now, I like that because I feel like I'm the same way. They're like, we see you in one way, we see you in a different way. You do this, you do that. So, a woman of many trades is beautiful. So, question, who pays for that first date if you're dating?
I think it depends on who asks. Like, if the woman asks, then I think she should pay, or at least try to offer to pay during the date. But I don't think that there has to be a certain person that is mandatory to pay first. I think that's so 1800 and
Right?
so outdated.
See, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like if I ask anybody out, anybody, male or female, I'm paying. I didn't ask you what money you had, nothing. I asked you out, I'm catering everything. Like, I feel like that's how it should be. But I've had people ask me out and I had to pay. And I was like, we're friends at this point. Like, we are friends. Nothing else about that. We are friends. So, I don't know. Like, do you feel like at this point, like now that I would say millennials, whatever, do you feel like they believe in that as well? Or they're just like, gimme, only men should pay?
I don't really know. I think that I think it could go either way, honestly. I just think it depends on who you're talking to. I mean, some people want very traditional type of relationships. So that would mean that the man would pay for the first date and a couple dates after that. But then, you have I'm a boss bitch, independent, I can take care of myself attitude, which isn't always the most positive.
Right.
Where the woman might want to pay, but I think it just depends on that relationship, honestly, whatever works for them.
See, I love that. Because I'm the type that would like fly you out, take care of you, all that stuff. Like, you ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Oh, you flying people out? I mean,
I've done it a few times. Like, you haven't been where? Okay, let me fly you out. Let me fly you out. So, we got comments in here. Hey, Mike. Hey, Primetime. Hey, Young. Hey, Ray. I'm making sure I get all of you guys. Now, it will be a little bit delayed on our ends, but we will get to y'all. I promise. Let me see. Now, I saw this question. I was like, I don't even know. How much should your partner make to be with you?
I don't think a certain dollar amount matters. As long as you can take care of like your basic necessities, a roof over your head, utilities, food, we can figure out the rest. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, like, because I know, like, growing up, my parents, they were always like, dad took care of the house, mom took care of the bills. Then my dad started traveling, and then my mom kind of took care of everything. But as long as the house was paid for, everything was fine.
Good. Mm-hmm.
But later got divorced. So it's like, how did that work?
I mean, sometimes because I'm very like meticulous, I like things to be paid on time and full. So I like to handle paying the bills. Like, I'll take care of everything. But if you're also someone that can essentially help pull that weight, then cool. I don't have to worry about it. That's one less thing I have to worry about. So I don't know. It varies, because there used to be a point where I was so adamant on it, looking at it at one way.
Right.
But, you know, my mind has evolved and changed throughout time. So
thank you for the follow, Scoop. I know I have my stream going on both my sides. So they have two different angles of me. I have said that I am not paying attention to the chat. Definitely come over here, because I cannot look at both. So, thank you for everybody that comes over here, because they're gonna say I'm muted. I know they are. But to continue, I'm gonna be a little bit wholesome.
Wholesome.
I'm gonna call it wholesome. I'm gonna call it wholesome. Wholesome content for a second. Only because I'm on the West Coast, so it is still only 7 p.m. for me. I wish it was a little bit later, but I can't. So I'm gonna just. This is funny. Would you rather give up your phone or only wear Crocs for the rest of your life?
Okay. I love Crocs. I own a pair of Crocs. I wear them every day. Like, I will wear them
right now.
Sadly, I don't have mine on right now, but I promise I always have on my Crocs. So that's hard, because I live in those things. But I need my phone. I need it. It's essential for my job. So I might have to let the Crocs go for now and keep the phone.
See, and I'm sitting here like, my phone's right here. My Crocs are on my feet. Honestly, for the rest of my life, I'ma just have to only wear Crocs. I'm a nurse as well, so like they always tell us, hey, like, wear Crocs. No, I slip and fall with those things on, so that's a no-go for me. So I'm like, but they are definitely comfortable. They're
so comfortable. I used to hate Crocs. I used to think they were so ugly. I was the biggest hater. Oh man, I talked so much shit about it. And then I got my first pair of Crocs, my little pins. I put my feet in there, my little toesies, and I said, oh, this is heaven.
So you know exactly how I was, because I actually got pins first, got my first pair of Crocs, and I was like, oh, these are nice. These are nice. I see the chat say, wear Uggs. I had Uggs, and I haven't worn Uggs since I moved back to California. I cannot do it in any way, shape, or form. It's too hot.
Way too hot. Sweaty.
I'm like, I'm already warm enough as it is. Oh, let's see. Hold on. I saw somebody asked a question here. Where was it? I saw it like real quick, and then you guys came in with the Crocs and the Skechers. Wait, you rather wear Skechers, Young? What's wrong with Crocs? There's nothing wrong with Crocs.
Who hating on Crocs? Because I'll fight them right now.
you got to fight. You got a fight going on. I can't see where the question was. Hold on. Oh, Young as, there it is. What's the most creative gift you ever received?
Most creative gift?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if I could talk about this one on stream. I'll just
Second
say
most creative gift.
Okay. Second most creative. Let me think.
Thank y'all
Damn.
for telling me.
I'll say with the first one, I'll just say it had to do with Slim Jims. I am like absolutely addicted to Slim Jims. Like when I say I am
those are actually really good. So I can't even say like they're not good. It's like, I actually almost bought some the other day. So I can't even say like that's not a great gift. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all, that my mic was muted. My bad. I forget you need it on 2 different angles. So basically, yeah, I would have found that a great gift. I'm not even.
Yeah, it was unexpected, and it was like it was like a funny, like an insider type of thing. So it's just like, oh, yeah. Slim Jims, because like I'm addicted.
See, that's how I feel like, I guess, like PG version. That's what I'm gonna say. PG version. Cherry Jolly Ranchers are my thing. So the fact that somebody gave me a 5-pound bag of Cherry Jolly Ranchers, I was like, okay, bet.
Okay.
Because I don't like no other flavor, but you knew I like cherry. Cherry's good. And like I said, we're gonna make that the PG version.
Okay. I think I kind of know where you're going with the Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah. So it's like they already knew what was up. Like, yeah, definitely PG version. But even like, I mean, oh no, that's crazy too. Because if I would have said blow pops, that's crazy. Like, if you give me a bag of just green apple blow pops, my favorite. Like, there's stuff. Like I said, I'm keeping it PG. I'm gonna keep it PG.
I mean, it's a Saturday. We don't have to keep it PG.
we could get a little more into it. I'm gonna keep it PG for now, just for now. Let me see. Okay, let's get into it. I'm just gonna read it. Would you rather have to be naked at work for an hour, or be dropped off 2 miles from your house while you're naked and have to try to get home?
I mean, I'm already naked for work, so that would just be easy. I'd rather just do it for an hour. That's just too easy.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Honestly, I could be naked at work. Like I said, I'm a nurse. Like, we inspect the body. Like, it's fine. I mean, and then the doctor I work for does lipo, so we see bodies all day long. So I'm like, I see you for different types of surgeries, whether it's cosmetic or medically necessary. I'm seeing everything. So everybody could be naked at work. Let me see. Let me see. You've done a lot with the blow pop, Carpo. Now I need to know. Because what all did you do? Let me see. Would you rather be 3 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
3 feet tall. I like people taller than me. I don't like looking down. I like looking
You like looking up.
I'm
So,
gonna keep it
like,
PG. I like
I
looking
mean,
up.
oh, and everybody's like, "Why you want to be tall?" I said, "The only reason I want to be tall is so I can reach the cabinets when I need it when I'm by myself. That's it. Other than that, I am cool being my height. Like you're 6'3".
Oh,
See,
that's tall.
we looked it
Dang. Yeah.
up. I am 5'6", so everything is tall to me at this point. Like, look up apple flavored buff diving. Oh, that sounds like you need what is it? Fun dip, the one that changed from one color to another, the blue raspberry green apple.
Isn't that
That was
the little? It's a, I don't know, like a spoon, and you dip it in
yes,
the thing, and then you lick it, and that's a fun dip,
yes,
right? Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
That's
those are
that's.
good.
I almost bought some the other day because I was just like, oh, like it's Easter, get all the candy. And then I was like, no, because even though like I have my son, I would have been like, this is your candy, but it's also mine too. So I try to keep our candy separate a little bit there. Uh, but you don't need a spoon for fun dip. I do it straight out the bag into my mouth. It's a whole mess. So I try not to do any of that.
Facts.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think we had enough of the chill questions. Oh, worst moment to happen while in bed?
um.
I'm trying to think like to me or to them. Because that's a good question. Both? Okay. Um,
That's a good one. I'm gonna let you go
that,
first.
that is a good one. I'm trying to think. Worst moment that happened to me while in bed? I feel like all good things happen to me while in bed. So I'm like really trying to think of a bad moment at this point. No,
Okay.
actually, you want to know what was crazy? Like, I felt like, of course, have an orgasm. He wasn't used to that. And he popped up. It was just like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, are you serious right now? We've been together 3 years and you never noticed? He was just like, no, I haven't. I was like, oh my God, I had to break up with him. Worst thing, wow, a guy did. He told me to put an object in his butt, and I didn't know where to go with that. So I was like, yeah, I'm a little confused. I was like, when I said let's try something new, that shouldn't have been your first option.
Yeah, not especially not during the act. Like,
Like
can
I
we
was
talk
just
about this
like,
beforehand?
yeah. So I was just like, okay, but I mean, yeah, yeah. He didn't know. Hey Tiff, he didn't know what squirting was. So I was like, oh,
Oh,
okay. Like,
okay.
I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna go far. I'm sorry.
So I'm assuming you didn't put anything in him. Okay.
Mm-mm. No,
Okay.
because I had to stop and say, where did you come up with that idea? And he was like, I don't know. You said try something new. I said, with me. Like, that's, yeah, I questioned him for a little bit. So I was like, oh no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Aw. At least he felt like
You felt
safe
comfortable.
enough.
You
Yeah.
felt comfortable. Now, at that time, a lot of people weren't comfortable with sexuality. I've always been pretty open with that. I am attracted to men and women. I date both. You know, everyone is beautiful to me. That's just how I am. But a lot of people weren't accepting to it. And so I was just like, he knew I was attracted to women, but I was just like, guys don't really come out at that time to say, put something in a place I don't go. So
Yeah.
I was like, that's probably the one thing I have not tried. Anything around the man's butthole, I have not done that yet. I'm sorry, that's not me. apologize to any man that probably would have thought about doing anything like that with me when I'm married. That's how I look at it, when I'm
There's
married.
someone out there.
Yeah, there's someone out there, but it's not
Yeah.
gonna be me. I just say
Mm-mm.
it'll be safe for my husband or wife. There you go. It's just like, hell no. See, that's what I'm saying. Ooh. So since we're like saying like, okay, like worst moment in bed type thing, do you prefer to be dominated or you be the dominator?
So I am a true switch. I am
Okay.
submissive when it comes to men, but I am dominant when it comes to women.
That's what I am. And I've noticed it for years that I'm feminine when it comes to men, but I am very masculine when it comes to a woman. I don't know why that switch just automatically turns on. It's just the thing. I was like, I've never been like soft with a woman. It's just never happened, except for the one that cheated on me, which she can go to hell. She can go to hell. Cause and I tell people there's 7 people I hate. She is one of them. I forgave her the first time, second time, no. So if anybody want to know, like, shit like that, let me tell you, she was my first, like, real relationship with a woman. I was in love with her. She got pregnant. Obviously, I can't get her pregnant, okay? That's totally obvious. I don't have a penis, you know? So when she got pregnant, of course I was mad. I was just like, obviously you cheated is proof. Stuck with her. She had the baby, helped her, raised her until that baby was 2 years old. She got pregnant by the same guy again. And her reasoning was to say, I wanted my child to have a sibling. I'm like, why couldn't you just tell me? So it kind of turned me off from dating women for a little bit. But I was like, she's her own separate kind. Let her go. But she's one that I didn't. Have I ever worn a strap on? Yes. Sasha?
I have not worn a strap on, surprisingly. Wait, hold on.
Right.
Let me go through 13 years real quick.
Yeah, you got to go through the memory. I know exactly who it was, where it was, all that. So that's why I'm like, that question, I know.
I haven't. Damn, that is, wow. That's actually very shocking. No.
You haven't? Put that on the birthday list. Because what?
That I'm actually very like shocked by that.
Who's gonna be the next one?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
See, now you gotta like write that idea down, like somebody. Let me see. Question is for Sasha, your next video idea.
Video and okay, I think I understand the question. Honestly, it's probably going to be a lot of like shower content. Have this like beautiful shower that's perfect, and for those of me that know me, they know I love being in the water. They know I love like shower being unintended. So yeah, there can be a lot of wet content coming very soon.
Okay. See, and I had a point. I had an OnlyFans, and I had one guy that really, really liked shower content. He didn't want to talk. He just wanted me to get in the shower and watch me. And it had like, my shower at home isn't like a fancy shower, so literally would pay for my hotel. Literally made sure that the bathroom setup was nice, where I can put my phone right there and he can watch me shower. He paid for a few trips. I love that man just for that. But I was just like, it's okay. I said, this was nice, but this wasn't a long-term deal. I mean, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't feel like I did anything outside of what I wanted to do. It was like, this was me. I chose to do this. I'm happy with it. I'm cool. I said I may bring it back. Thought about it with a few relationships of mine, but I was just like, no, because y'all don't need to see all that. you're fine. Keep it in your imagination. But shower content was definitely the wave. It was definitely the wave. Um, see, they were asking which type of video. Have you ever pegged a man? Nope.
No.
Nope.
And I don't. It's not. I don't have anything against men that enjoy that, but myself personally, when it comes to men, I like very like I like dominated and not to, hold on, because this could go very south very quickly. Not to say men that like to be pegged aren't dominated men, because there are a lot out there. For me, it just doesn't sit right. So it makes me uncomfortable. So
yeah,
I kind of stay away from it because it makes me feel dominated. And I don't like being dominated to men. I like being dominated by men, which is why I don't like it.
Yeah. So I totally understand, because I already said, like, guy asked, I was like, and it just stuck with me. Like, I should be bent over, not me bending you over. That's how I look at it. Like, let's keep it that way.
Agreed.
Question: if you had to pick either a broke man with a big dick or a rich man with a small dick, what would you pick?
This is a stupid ass question. I'm sorry.
I've heard that question so many times.
It's so cliche. Like, yeah.
Honestly, it never mattered to me.
It really doesn't. Like, okay, here's the thing. It's not necessarily about the size. It's, do you know what to do with what you got? Like, can you please me? That's what matters. That's what truly matters.
I've met some people, not the biggest dicks in the world, and I was perfectly fine. And then I had some big ones that didn't know how to do shit. And I'm like, wow, all this power and you have nothing to do show for it. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And then people can be broke mentally. Okay, so money is never a thing for me. So money, dick size, nothing.
Yeah.
Not you putting Danny out there like that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, okay. Now, I have a personal question. What was your first encounter? Since you said it's 13 years now, 13 years, 12 years, 13 years. What was your first encounter like?
Sexually?
Yeah.
Probably, well, I want to say I was like 12, middle school. Okay. Yeah, that's middle school, right? Yeah, I started fucking real young, like real young. So,
okay.
I'm pretty sure I was like 12. I know I was like either in 6th grade, about to be in 7th grade, or maybe just got in 7th grade. But yeah.
No, that's okay. Like I said, I've worked in nurse. I've heard stories all over, and I'm just like, hey, as long as you're okay, I'm good. That's how I always said it. Like, I have no problem whatsoever. I waited too late. I feel like I waited too late, and then end up being with the wrong person. My first sexual experience was when I was 18, and we got caught.
Oh, how did you get caught?
Thought nobody was home, and ended up, like, and I swear we heard something. Didn't care. We were just like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I remember vividly because my boyfriend at the time did not have a door. It was just a curtain in place of the door. And
okay.
So, of course, we didn't hear anybody come in. So it's like they walked in and it was his dad. And I was like, oh, this is awkward. So like, luckily there was like just a little blanket covering, but not like big. So it's
Ah,
like, and then I was like, so this is gonna be awkward because we gotta leave. And so literally like we have to walk past. So I just remember like getting dressed. We walked towards the kitchen. We all just sitting there, just quiet. And then we just bust out laughing. And he was like, as long as nobody comes back pregnant, we're okay. And I was like, okay.
well, yeah,
And I was like,
sure,
okay.
sure.
I was like, that's fine. I said, this is interesting. But yeah, definitely was. I was like, this is a great first time. Great first time. And we're still friends to this day. So I can't complain. We're still friends.
Okay.
And we kept in touch, but I'm like, and that's just what it was. And you know what, now that I think about it, are you friends with any of your exes by chance?
A few, yeah, a few.
Like I had to because people around me, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be friends with your exes, like they do this and that. And I'm like, we ended on good terms, so I don't really see a problem with it as long as I don't go back.
I think that it comes with maturity
Yeah.
and it comes with communication for all, whoever might be involved. Especially if like your exes get with new people, I think it just
Right.
really comes down to like you just got to be mature, be grown about the situation. I've had been in relationships where their exes were now considered like family, like actual family,
Yeah.
and were like introduced to people as family, which was kind of like weird because I'm like, then I ain't your
Yeah.
cousin. But
That
it's just about understanding the situations, and if there isn't any more I guess of that romanticness
Yeah.
needed, then it should be okay.
And that's I'm like, that is actually like totally fine. Like I said, I would say 80% of my exes I'm cool with. Like otherwise we just don't talk. Like I don't have any beef with you. It is what it is. I just felt bad for like ones that families did get attached to me where they thought it would be like a long time. Like I had an ex cheat on me and the mom showed up to my job the next day with like all these gifts, like apologizing on her son's behalf. I'm like, why? You're not the one that cheated. Like, it's okay. And she was like, can we still be friends? So I was like, okay, that's weird. I was like, you're the mom. You would have been my mother-in-law if this went far. But I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Like, that's fine. And it's crazy as it sounds. It's like I ran into that ex like later on in life, and I was like, he was still with the girl, and I was like, good for y'all. But I know she felt uncomfortable seeing me because he left me for her, but then he was talking to me like everything was like fine and dandy, hugging and all that. I was like, yeah, just we're gonna have to keep this separate.
Yeah.
And again, still friends.
Communication. I think communication is very important in any situation. Because at the end of the day, the world is really fucking small. As big as we think it is, it's actually very small. So I just, you just gotta talk about shit, even if it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You gotta talk up. You gotta have those talks. You do.
And I do feel like most people do talk about it, but I feel like if we would have talked about this sooner, we would probably been in a better space. So, but I've been like pretty good with people like, hey, you fucked up, right? This isn't gonna work. And usually it's not even like they did something wrong. It's just people grow apart. And that's why I said, like, even my parents, they got divorced later, but like I could always see it. Like, you guys are great when you're apart, and when you're together, it's weird. The energy shifts, it throws everybody off. But once they got divorced, now that they're like, they can be in the same room and be joking around. I'm like, you guys are better as friends, and y'all pushed yourself into a relationship. So I'm like, this is good. This is good. Oh, question. Okay, Chad. The biggest red flag you think you have personally?
Oh.
Sasha? While I
Mm,
think of my many red flags.
well, I have a plethora of red flags. But I don't know, probably just, I'm very
That's all.
emotional. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just very emotional, and I don't know how to necessarily handle my emotions in the most positive
Okay.
way, and that can turn very toxic very quickly. So,
Mm.
I would say, yeah, that's probably a red flag, But other than that, I'm perfect. So
See,
no, I'm just
and
fucking around.
and I know me, I know I am emotional and I show my emotion. Now, this is where with men, women, it comes a little different again. Men, I show more emotion. Women, I really don't. And
Mm,
I notice like sometimes when I want to be like vulnerable, I feel like that's my red flag. I'm too vulnerable with certain people.
mm,
I don't mind being an open book, letting you guys know anything like that. But when I'm like, hey, this is what bothers me, and then all of a sudden it backfires, I shut down. It, like
mm.
immediately shut down. Like I don't want to talk about it no more. And I kind of just go into my own space. So, see, okay, so you understand. A lot of people are like, oh, you can come to me. You can come to me. All right, sure. And then I lay it on you, and then all of a sudden you're not here no more.
You run away.
So it's like this is why I'm reserved. So I can definitely vouch for emotional. Other than that, I would say my other major red flag is sometimes I will take control. Like I do again like men to be in control when I am with a man. But if you're not doing it, I'll do it myself. And then that's when I'm
Mm,
just like I shift and then we kind of just I'm like I can do it myself. Like I asked you just so you can be in charge. And then when you don't do it,
mm,
I'll do it myself. And then if you catch an attitude, oh well, I asked you to do it before. And so I'm definitely that woman that they be putting on Instagram that be say like you ask somebody to do it and 5 seconds later they doing it themselves. So that's me. But other than that, I feel like none of mine are real major red flags as a it really depends on the person, but like those are towards everybody. Um, what's a big red flag from other people you instantly avoid? People that say they love me after 2 days. It's happened too
I'm
many times.
okay. So here's the thing about love, okay? And maybe this is just like
Mm.
the Pisces in me talking, but I feel like love, it can be at first
It
sight.
can.
I know it
Yeah.
sounds, oh,
No, it's
Disney
not
Channel,
cliche.
but
It's
but
not
it's true.
cliche,
So
but
I
it
don't
does
think
happen.
it
It does
does.
happen.
It does.
But it would be from people that I didn't have any interaction with.
Oh, okay,
And
that's different.
then yeah, so that's all like that's when that's the people I instantly avoid. That's a red flag. If
Yeah.
it's mutual, like we've been talking, cool, like it's connecting. You feel that spark. But if I'm not connecting with you on that level and you push, 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 I'm sure there's been some DMs for you, Sasha, as well, where you're just like, wait a minute, pause, chill out, gotta take it slow real quick, run that back. That's where my
Mm,
red flag comes in. Like I love to talk, but when people just like that with me, I'm like, wait, nope, can't do this. Not ready yet. Like that's me. I'm just like, no, like I'm like, I can do it to you, but you can't do it to me. That's kind of me.
I get
Um,
you.
you fell in love at first sight, before twice. Both ended up being long-term girlfriends, and that's what I said. But the feeling was mutual because they ended up being long-term girlfriends. These are
Mhm.
people I had no interaction with, and I'm just like, oh, that's happening. Okay, I didn't see that. Emotional equals crazy.
I mean,
I've past the level of crazy if you really want to go there. I am clinically insane. Like literally. So and I'm like, it's not to be, cliche. It's not to be like, oh, this is fire. Like, no, it has been termed. I deal with stuff and I'm like, I deal with it accordingly. So that's why I'm like, call it crazy if you won't. But it's like, it makes sense. It makes sense to us. Okay. uh like they're not red flags, they're just perks for who? For who?
Who? Right? Who? Say, you know what? I don't even want to dive into that because.
Oh, so we sound like an owl here. For who? Have you ever got no? Have you ever ever got an unwanted dick pic in the DM? Also, what's your first reaction? Do you judge?
You know,
No.
before I started my career, I used to hate it. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? But I think I'm just so used to them that I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, it's just whatever, another dick. Like, okay. Like, I'm not really fazed by it.
Yeah, see, I never got an unwanted one. I rarely would get them, like, until like I got with certain people. I'm like, can you send me a video, please? Like,
Yeah.
you're not here. Send me a video. That's me. Send me a video. Make sure the sound's on. Thank you. And I was just like, oh, okay. But I'm trying to think, have I ever gotten one where it's like going through Twitter, you just accidentally stumble across a dick.
Literally.
It's just there.
It's there.
Then you go down a rabbit hole like, how does everybody see this? How many videos you got? When was this video? Who's this female? Oh, let me go to her page. She's got videos too? Who are these people? It's a rabbit hole.
It really is. It is.
Videos are wild. No, they're not. Videos are awesome. Okay? Like, let's be honest. If you watch porn, it's the same as getting videos sent to your phone. Honestly, when I was with those people, I'd use them over and over. Okay? It helped me out, help you out. You got to release, I got to release. Everything's great. Everything's great. So no, never got an unwanted. Sound has to be on. Sound has to be on. Do you know how weird it is to have a video of somebody getting off and it's silent? You might as well send the picture.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
There has to have sound on, or it defeats the purpose. I can't like stress that enough. There has to be sound. I'm sorry. I would hope it's a custom one for somebody in particular and not one that you send to everybody.
Oh, so you don't like it when it is passed around, same video passed around?
No, because it's like I'm the type to inspect everything in that video on top of watching, listening, and I'll be like, that looks familiar. How old is this? Was this today? Because I'm like, I've had videos where, I was like, you didn't wear that today. Like, go make one right now.
Oh, okay. You overanalyze.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I wanted something like right now, right in this moment, or surprise me in the morning. But it's like, I never got something I didn't want. So that's why I'm like, if I'd be like, hey, can you make me a video? Like, send me, like, even if you was just like, it was dark, but I could hear everything. I'm like, that's good for me. Like, I'd be in the dark too. Like, let's do it. But sound has to be on. And then again, like, you could tell. Like, for me, like I said, I dealt with people that sent me stuff. I know that it was sent that day. If somebody ever got those videos, that's crazy, because it'd be like, damn, a year old and he's passing it to you when it was originally for me. But yeah, I'm very observant. So even when I tell people, like, if I post photos, I'd be like, this is old. Everybody's seen it. Like, I'm not gonna shame that. But you want something special, usually video, FaceTime with the video. You got to moan different you don't have to moan different every time. But that would be weird if you really sending the same video over and over to different people. And you have to keep up with your videos. Like, imagine sending the same video to the same person twice and they recognize it. You'll be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you would be embarrassed. Like, you just sent the same video. You sent this to me last week.
That's true.
So that's how, like, you keep it up. I mean, you can delete it after if you want, but it's in my phone, and I do not save anybody's videos once I'm done with them. So I can say it doesn't get passed around. Actually, have you ever sent somebody a video or a picture that somebody sent to you?
That someone sent to me, like of someone else?
Like, they came and and you were like, okay, as we already said, we haven't gotten any unwanted dick pics, titty pics. I haven't gotten nothing. Like I said, I have not wanted. But have you ever had that moment where you're like, hey, just talking up with somebody, hey, look at this? I don't even have people to talk to like that, so I can't send
I was like, who would I even send that or show that to? No, I mean, consent's important. So
yeah,
like, I know if I sent something to somebody, I wouldn't want them to be like, hey, look at Sasha. I mean, actually, that wouldn't really matter because I'm a different
like,
case.
Hey, I
hey, I've seen her. Yeah.
I call I call her my wife, and she's a dancer, and I'm like, that's how I met her and everything. And when I met her, the first thing I saw was she had this light up butt plug. Don't know how she danced with it, and I was just like, I was fascinated by it because I was like, for one, it's my first time meeting you, but my face is in your ass and it's glowing. Loved it. Saw a video later and I was like, hey, I recognize that. Like, that's how that was with me. So yeah,
gosh,
no, she wasn't training. It helped her with her posture while dancing. I did not know that for her. It worked for her. So she had that, and I was like, oh, okay. She also had a piercing that lit up too. It was beautiful.
Wait, her piercing?
Yeah. Her piercing lit up, as well as God, that was a wonderful day. It was her birthday. It was her birthday and everything. I was just like, I'm in love with her for the rest of my life. She moved out here to LA too. And she danced like literally down the street from my house. So anytime she went to work, guess who was right there? Me. She's beautiful. And then she got married, and I was just like, oh. I was like, oh, it's okay. But no, she's a beautiful human being, and just first, she is covered in tattoos from head to toe, but it's beautifully done. Where I'm just like, yeah, nobody's topping that. I'm sorry. She's, yeah, definitely. It wasn't ass glow, but I didn't know until I watched her on the pole, and I was like, isn't that? And then I got a closer look. I was like, I have to know. I have to know. Favorite porn search term? I just talked about this the other day.
Search term? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't really watch porn like that anymore. Like, I don't go on there and like search like, oh, I'm ready, I want to bust a nut, let me search. I'm so yeah, so I don't know. Maybe like girl on soft lesbian porn, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Like, I was talking about this the other day. I went down a rabbit hole because I don't search porn. Like I said, You go on Twitter, it's just
Literally.
there. But when I was like curious about certain things, that's how I ended up falling for hentai. Um,
Yes.
and I was just like, I don't know what it is. It went from hentai, and then it went specific. So I was like, okay, this is cool. Then it went to Overwatch hentai, and I was like, okay. I went to Paladins hentai. Then I got to fuzzy hentai, and I was like, yeah, let me stop right there. Once I got to fuzzy or furry, that's what it is, furry.
Oh, furry. Okay, I was like, what's fuzzy?
Yeah, furry. I always say fuzzy because I'm just like, yeah, you went too far. Furry hentai was definitely my point where I was just like, yeah, let's not search this anymore. But like, if I had to actually choose, like if I did go to watch something, and people are gonna look at me crazy, but something about guy on guy gets me off. I don't know. Yeah, like I want to say I grew up a lot in just the gay community in general, so I'm around a lot of men, but both masculine and feminine. So even like how I do my makeup, I learned I'm a gay man. So I'm always around them. So naturally, I just happen to like see two men having sex. But they're not two feminine men. They're not two masculine. It's
I got you.
Masculine and feminine, if that makes sense. But it's two guys. But yeah, if I had to, that's what I say. It's gonna be kind of weird to people, but definitely guy on guy. Like
mine would definitely be. Since you mentioned hentai, like okay, so I got into anime a few years back, but I realized that the anime I was really into is when it was always like, and I know this is gonna sound weird because like anime, we don't remove the stigma when it comes to like what the storylines are, okay?
Yeah.
Because we all know anime can be that shit can be a little weird. But I really love when it's like the big
See, okay. I'm gonna put you on one because I can watch anime, but I'm like, is there nudity in it?
Exactly. I need the nudity. I need to hear her say some of the dirtiest things, and I want to see the let me try to be as PG-13 as possible. I would like to see the semen ejaculate, and I would like to see it drip out.
Like you want to see everything.
I want to see it all. But I love it when it's animated. Like it's something about hentai. Oh, see, like just thinking about it right now, I'm like,
something about it. It's like I'm gonna go find my favorite one right now. Because like one of my favorite animes, which people like, I don't know if people have seen, but it's called Ren, and it was like the first like anime that I saw that was definitely X-rated, but it was all women, and she just would be naked for no reason. I'm like, she's supposed to be fighting, and she's just naked for no reason, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm invested, and it only had like 7 episodes, but it was worth it. It was totally worth it. But I was like, oh, this is my start. That was my start to hentai. Because I was just like, what is this? What are we really going into? Because it was like that borderline hentai. It wasn't, big boob anime girl. No, it was like just this classy little lady that happened to be like a lawyer, and then she ended up having this like demon spell after her, and then next thing you know, it's naked. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I love it here. That's how I love it here. So if anybody ever sees honestly, you probably would never see my search history, because if I look any of that up, it is actually in my private folder. So you guys will never catch it, because I'm like, if you ask, I'm gonna tell you, but it's nothing I just put out there. I'm like Sasha with it because the hentai. I love the super animated, exaggerated comment, all of that. I think everybody does. because it's
Yeah.
like you 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 can envision it, but it's like they envision it, like every detail. Like
Yeah.
I that's why I got off of furries, you guys. That is exactly why I got off of furries, because I was like, they went to the point where it was so detailed. They went inside and you just see it just like this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, and here's where I went wrong. I was like, because I looked away for a second and I didn't know what was happening. And I was like, wait, are we in rewind? Oh, that stayed in my saved folder for a while because I was just like, I am watching it happen, and you could just you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Yeah. We gotta change the subject because I'm way too like, yeah, hentai. Like I'm like, oh, I know what I'm watching when I get off of here.
I'm like thinking like, whew. I'm glad my outfit's a little risque because I'm not as hot as I should be right now. Whew. Young asks, would you ever take the chance on someone who DMs you, or would you rather them pull up? Asking for a poet.
I mean, it's 2024, so it's the day of social media. Most people meet each other through DMs, social media. So, I mean, unless you happen to see me at a grocery store, which if you do, I'm gonna be looking bummy as fuck. So you may not want to be like, "Hey, mom, what's good?"
That they want to talk to us.
It's
like,
so true,
like,
though.
Are you serious right now? Like, no makeup, hair not done. I probably got on 2 different shoes. I just went to go get some milk, come home, and you want to talk to me now?
Looking homeless.
That's exactly what happened. I'll be like, are you serious right now? Like, are you sure? I took plenty of chances on people that have sent me DMs. Like, nothing against it. So just like Sasha said, we are in the whole social media phase. I get them all the time, like legit all the time. And I'm just like, just wait. If I'm the person that I will not lead a person on. So if you like me, I more than likely know. It's not, I'm not that oblivious, So it's like, okay, like I see it, but I'm not gonna like string you along and be like, okay, like keep doing this, and then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I'm in a relationship with somebody else. No, like I rather, like, if you take a chance and you send a DM, I'm gonna be respectful and I'm gonna acknowledge it. Thank you, but I'm not interested. Or let's see where it goes. I'm always more than likely like, let's see where it goes. But for me, I just got out of a relationship, so I'm not privy to right now being like, oh yeah, like I want to take you out. I'm like, no, I still want to be by myself. So
I get that.
No, it's so that's all, like, because people pull up all the time, and if you pull up to my house, then we got an issue. Because how'd you find out where I live?
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck.
But definitely, I would say, like, I've been told, even myself, shoot your shot, because they say you miss 100% of the shots that you don't make. So so I would say definitely do it. If you get a no, don't be mad at it or take it out on the world. That person's just not for you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I loved that I picked a few ladies up when they were in sweatpants and no makeup. That attracts me. I want to see without the makeup and all natural. Now, anybody that's watched my streams, this is me dolled up. Like, I try to get dolled up as much as possible, but I got to the point that I'm tired of it. So I don't wear makeup as much, and I've been pretty comfortable with no makeup. So it's just when we're outside and it's like I'm trying to make a quick run and come back, that's when somebody wants to talk to me, and I'm like, yeah. That actually happened to me the other day. Like a week ago, ran into a beautiful black man coming off the elevator. I'm a shy person, despite the contrary. I'm very shy, so immediately I saw his face and I was just like, "Put your head down, Elle." He was beautiful, like, "Put
Mm.
your head down." I got shy just immediately. And he was like, "You just gonna walk past me like that?" Again, I'm at work. I got scrubs on, no makeup. Like, I can't be dolled up, all that. And he was just like, he was like, "Come on." He's like, "Where?" He's like, "What floor do you work on?" And I was just like legit frozen. And I was like, "Oh, I work on
Mm.
the fourth floor." But he was like, I was so nervous. He was like, "Come on." He's like, "Sound it out." I was embarrassed after that. I was like, "Oh my God."
Not to sound it out.
I was stuck because like I thought this man was beautiful. I was like, "And why are you talking to me?" Like I wasn't prepared for it. I'll just say that. And he was like, "Oh, I'll catch you around sometime." Kid you not, I stood like 2 minutes outside the door and I was just like, I never even told this man my name. How's he gonna find me? They're like, "It's a Cinderella story." I was like, if he comes back. Like, I work in a medical building. Like, I don't see these people all the time. And he wasn't my patient. So I'm like, eh. But I was just like, I look a mess. It was raining outside. I was like, oh no, don't nobody talk to me in this fate. And he wanted to talk and I went stupid. So
Oh,
it happens.
it
Um,
does. It does.
Let me see. Question: would you rather never have an orgasm again but be rich, or have the greatest orgasms ever but live in a homeless shelter?
Oh shit. You know what? I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna live in a homeless shelter. I gotta get mine. I can never not have an orgasm again. I feel like I would go crazy. So at least, it didn't say that I can never get out of the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
No, I'll figure out how to get out. But
Yeah, like that's how I'm looking like.
yeah.
Plus, most of the time, like, if people want to think of homeless shelters like on some crazy stuff, they're not what they used to be. You have your own room. You have your own room. So I'd rather still have an orgasm and be with everybody in the house, and they know what's up. They're fine.
Okay.
Young said, "Shoot your shot, but expect to no thank you." I wouldn't say expect to no thank you. It's just some people's timing is just not on yours, and so it's just like like I said, I'm not the type of person to keep you going and be like, okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, thanks. I'm just not attracted to you in that way. And I don't. It's not gonna come off mean or anything. It's just that's just how I am. Coming from somebody that just got a relationship, I don't want to jump into something new again. At least not right now, because my breakup was very public to the point where I had issues, and now I'm just now getting myself together back in a space where I want to be. And I'm like, let me take this first before I let somebody into it again. And then on top of that, I'm a mom of a teenage son. I have to watch out for him as well. So it's like I got a lot of things going on that I'm actually like, I feel like I'm reliving what I should have done 10 years ago. Like I'm like, I'm gonna be 34 this year. I'm like, people were like, "Oh, you should be married," and all. No, I was like, I had a kid at 18, stayed in school, ended up taking care of everybody for the rest of my life. Now I'm finally doing what I want to do. Let me do that right now. So I'm like, that's what I said. Like, timing can be off with people. That's it. Mike said, "You're very protected without makeup." Grr, Lord. I can't even say it. My retainer popped out yesterday, so I feel like I'm saying like all the weirdest stuff right now. Mike said, "There's also a thing that was always so damn attractive when the ladies in their scrubs." I used to work at a hospital as a housekeeper. I've gotten in trouble for my scrubs a few times because I am shapely and I don't like loose fitting scrubs. I wear jogger scrubs and I tuck my top into my pants. So
Mm.
naturally, everybody sees my figure. Again, I work for a doctor that also does lipo. So most of the women that come in there say they want their body to look like mine. And mine is natural, except for the boobs. So that's all like I'm kind of perpetrating for you, but at least I know mine's natural and, homegrown in a way. But yeah, a lot of women will be like, I want my body like hers. I've had women say they want their lips like mine. And I'm like, parents, genetics, I didn't do nothing to this face. um, let me see. You feel that being, yeah. Like, people don't realize I'm in my 30s until I say it. But I'm like, I have a 14-year-old. How old do you think I am? So, I mean, I could be older, but I can't make that stuff up. Has there ever been a comment on social media about you that made you really hurt or angry?
Mm.
A comment?
Ooh. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I'll just say people have a lot to say about me, and it is what it is. I don't really care,
Yeah.
They're
And
gonna
that's
say
like,
what they want to say.
yeah. And I feel like people that say anything are just not comfortable with what you're doing. And
Or they're
that's
just
it.
assholes and
That
bitch ass
too.
dudes and immature little bitch boys. But
I mean,
but
that's how
also what
I
you said
feel.
too.
Yeah, it's like when I first started really coming into just being a streamer, content creating, like there's a lot of people today that came into my streams when I first started was like, how are you so comfortable with streaming? Like guys come in here all the time and then they talk down to you. And I'm like, I'm not gonna see these people in real life. I don't give a shit.
Literally.
So I like you just take it for what it is, and you cater to whatever you know audience that you want to. And I said my audience goes from A to Z. I don't have a particular set, but everybody has a common thing, and that's to watch me. That's it. I was like,
Yeah.
so anybody else that comes in and says something like, do you have a stick up your ass or something? Because why, like, what made you go out your way to go say something hateful?
Mm-hmm.
Like, then it's like, I have to go deeper. Did somebody hurt you today? Like,
Mm.
I have people come into my streams a lot based on like me playing fighting games. And they're like, oh, come fight me. And I'm like, no, because you didn't say hi. And then all of a sudden they catch an attitude. And I'm like, you got an attitude because I said you didn't say hi? Like, are you
Mm.
serious? Like,
Yeah.
okay. But uh, but as far as like a comment that hurt me, it would be from people that I consider close at a point. And then I found out that we weren't close.
Mm.
So,
I can relate to
um,
that.
like because it wasn't really a comment. You just noticed like shit just be off. So I'm like, okay, this is happening. We're not at the same place anymore. And that's where I would say it would hurt. Because otherwise, strangers can't hurt you. Point blank. Um,
Facts.
what is the cheesiest pickup line that was used on you? And did you fall for it or did you reject them? Can I start
Mhm.
that? I'll start with that one. I like corny pickup lines. I like hearing them. My chat knows that. Uh, I I think it's cute because like I'm a little nerdy at times. So like the simplest thing, like I like to smile. Everybody knows that. I like to laugh. So you can say stuff cheesy. You can do that.
Mm.
It will actually catch my attention because you're not trying hard. It just kind of comes out wrong when you're trying to say something. And then it's just like, did you really just say that? Like, that's me. See, look, and you put in the chat, and then you spell you put angle instead of angel. See, like I'd be like, what are you talking about? And then it ends up starting a conversation. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a conversation started with me, because you'd be like, I'm trying hard, but you get nervous trying to like say it, and then it comes off wrong. And then that's what I'm like, okay, like this is going somewhere. I like that type of stuff. That's just me. I mean, so I can't even say like there's a cheesy pickup line. It just, I don't know, it just happens, and I get it all the time. I lost my number. Can you have? Now that's one thing I do turn down, because I'm like, why do you need my number? And you have all my social media. Everything comes to my phone. Literally.
So true. Yeah.
Did you have any corny pickup lines at all?
I mean, I hear the corniest of pickup lines all day, but I'm kind of like you, if you can make me laugh, like I love that, like, because I'll be like, what the fuck, like that's corny as hell.
Exactly.
But like, thanks, so yeah. I'm the same. If you can make me laugh, it's always a good fucking time. But it also depends.
Yeah.
Like,
because if it's all like, they just be like, this the, like, my chat literally goes like, here's the corny pickup line of the day, and I'm like, it's so funny that y'all know that I like this shit, because I'm like, but I'm also honest and be like, yeah, delete that from the corny pickup line list, because that didn't work for me today. But I love that shit. I really do. I really like just being able to smile and laugh when it comes to that. Like I just, it's making my face hurt right now, because I'm pretty sure I'll go get some. Do you have a name, or can I just call you mine? Now, I heard that one before. So that's gonna have to get deleted. See?
Yeah.
Like, almost, you were getting there, Mike. You were getting there. Because yeah, I get that one at like a lot. Ooh, question. Now, I did this for like 6 months, and I'm probably gonna be like, I didn't know this about Elle, but I did the whole dominatrix thing for a little bit with one of my friends. Have you ever done that? Like, you were actually dominant to a man? Now, and did they request that?
Yeah, I've been dominant to men earlier in my career, but it took a lot for me to have to create a storyline in my head to mentally be able to do that, because it doesn't come natural to me. So I don't really do it as much, unless, like, I mean, if you want to pay me, and it's a good amount, I'm not gonna say no, but it'll take me a minute.
Yeah. And that's what I said. I only did it for 6 months, and it had to be me and my friend. He liked to be kidnapped and put in the car, put on the floor. Like, you can't do anything. You have to lay on the floor, act like you're not there, you're non-existent. He loved that shit. And I was like, and we don't have to do anything. He just wanted to be in the company of 2 women and be bossed around. Nothing sexual. And so I was like, okay, this works. I did, and I was like, I loved it. 6 months was cool until it was requiring a lot of travel, and I had to push that aside. But I was like, okay, there's some men that actually like this, and I did that. I was a sugar baby at one point, which was very nice. It was a husband and wife. The wife was sick. She could not go to all her husband's functions. So I went in their place. And it was crazy because the job knew. His whole work colleagues knew. I'm just here for show.
Wow.
To pay for everything. And I was just like, how do I keep getting lucky? And I was like, I wish these people were still around, because it was beautiful. Because I never had to do anything sexual. So I was like, I felt like in a way, I was just like, but if you wanted to, like, would I go do it? I don't know. But it was just one of those things that I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try it, see what it does. I mean, have you been a sugar baby for anybody?
I mean, technically, you could say I am a sugar baby. I mean, I
Ooh.
get people that, like to send me things or, send me money in exchange for content. So I mean,
Okay.
technically, yeah, I'm like a virtual sugar baby. Um, but
Hey,
in
Bella.
person, nah, I'm too scared. Like I have way too many what ifs could happen, or
Yeah,
I would want, like a bodyguard to, and then that at that point it's like, nah, this isn't even gonna
it's
work
too
out.
much.
But it's way
And,
too much.
and
Yeah.
that's, yeah, like, that's why, like, once it required travel, I was like, can't do it no more. Like, that was my ending agreement, is if it started to require travel, I can't do this anymore. But it was just like to a point, like, where are you going tonight? I have an event. Like, it was, and then he loved the different hair colors I did. So I was always wearing different hair, different, like, he
Mm.
paid for my outfits, he paid for me to go. Then I had a salary, my little, um, what's it called? Not salary. Oh my God, what is that shit called?
A
I forgot what it's
stylist?
called. My weekly,
Oh, stipend
yeah, I forgot. Allowance. Thank you. I'm like
allowance.
trying to think, like, what the fuck am I? But it's like I had a limit. How much, like, how far you had to pay for my car, you pay for what I was wearing, pay for my hair. Like, this is what we're
Yeah.
doing. If I have to go out, I have to be presentable. Like, it wasn't on any, um, what's that Julia Roberts movie? It wasn't like that where it's like you got her, off the
Pretty
street.
Woman.
Yes. I've only seen it like twice, but I was like, I get the gist of it. But it wasn't like you seen her around and then you just take her off the street, put her in a gown and just like, here, you fall in love with her. No. It was like I had my regular job,
Hmm.
did what I do on a normal basis, call me, hey, I got an event, need my date. Okay. Just here's what you need to do, and I'll make it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, like I said, it was during that time, it was a whole nice agreement because everything kind of flowed at the same time. So I was like, okay, okay. But yeah, once it got to a point, like he was like, let's go to Mexico, and I'm about to go to Italy, which would have been so beautiful to go. But I was just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I was like, I don't know you. I know you, but I don't know you. Cause
Yeah.
like no. Like, even though I got my passport ready, I can't do that. Um Bella, I hope you're feeling better because I know you were gonna be here, and like that is definitely I
Love
wish
you,
for you right
Bella.
now. I know it's like hurts because if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? That I'm not a natural gray haired woman. Like, I always say that's my natural hair color because I think I'm
Right?
fucking great. Like, I personally think I'm great. So it would be, honestly, that's the only thing I would change. I like wearing my hair platinum blonde, whites, gray. People commented all the time. It would be that would be my natural hair color. That's it.
Mm. Okay.
Not to be conceited or anything, but I like who I am. So
I love a confident woman,
yeah.
I'm trying to strive to get there.
That's,
um
are you serious right now? Are you
oh, I
serious?
am the most insecure, mentally unstable person. I just do a really good job at presenting
Hiding.
otherwise. Yeah.
See, but
Got a mask on.
that's how I feel like I am, but I've accepted that. I was like, I know that part of me, I'm working on it, but I'm just because I tell people like it's okay. Like I to be vulnerable here. I've done some things where I'm just like, yeah, I shouldn't be here. But I'm here, I learned from it. I was like, because I feel like I'm very insecure when it comes to certain things. I already told y'all I'm shy as shit. But if I'm comfortable, you get this. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
are you sure? Because I like our interaction. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm gonna be like, what state are you in, Sasha? So I can just pull up. Because that's how I am. Like when I really like people, like I enjoy people. I think that's kind of like what gets me going. So I'm like, I tell people, like, again, I am still shy. I stumble my words. I'm just as normal as anybody else that you would meet. Don't take this as this is her all the time, because it's not. It's really not. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't have guessed it either. That's why I'm like, are you sure? But coming from
Yeah.
somebody that's the same, same type. So it's people don't realize it. What's your favorite color eyes? Brown. Have you seen brown eyes when the sunlight hits them? My
So pretty.
God. Like, have you
No.
seen when the light hits it? And that's why, like, mine are brown, but they're on the lighter side of brown. So I'm like, I don't get that same effect like you guys do. So I'm like, damn it. Like, brown eyes, shit. Because everybody's like, oh, blue eyes, gray eyes. Brown. Brown.
I will agree. Brown eyes do hit different in the sun, but also like blue greenish eyes are all like, I don't meet many people that have those eye colors,
Yeah.
but when you see that in the sun too, like there is a reflection that it's like, oh wow, those are really beautiful eyes.
It
Like,
is.
so I would have to say both.
Yeah. It's rare because most of the people I know with blue eyes or green eyes, gray eyes, they got a bang like this and be covered so you don't get to see it fully. So I'm like, yeah, it's just, yeah, something about brown, and when that light hits it, that sunlight, and you're just like, oh, okay. Especially if you got like beautiful lashes too. It's
Can we just talk about how men have perfect eyebrows and perfect lashes?
I was
Like,
just about
fuck.
to say that. Like, how? How? You like
So annoying.
perfect eyebrows, eyelashes, and then half the time y'all don't need a skincare routine.
Nope.
Not saying like anything's wrong with it, like, but y'all just do. I don't know.
Throw a
It's
little bit of
beautiful.
water on your face and
That's
they
it.
go on about the day. Like,
That's
damn,
it.
how
Like,
your skin so clear?
and then y'all could be, and some of them, not everybody, but some of y'all be using the same towel that y'all do in the shower for your face, and y'all still don't break out or nothing. And I'm like, what? Like,
Nah.
how? I'm like, no way. No way. Like, I've seen it, so I know. And I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, you guys have a 3-in-1 shampoo and body wash and
Mhm.
whatever that third conditioner.
Mhm.
We don't have
Mhm.
that. Like, they already know. We don't have that. Yes, I'm a hater. I'm a hater when it comes to men with clear skin and all they do is ivory soap water, maybe put moisturizer on and you're done. Meanwhile, we got to go through a whole skin regimen of
Mhm.
toner, moisturizer, make sure the makeup's all the way off. You got it. And I don't even use makeup remover wipes. I actually use an actual solution to take everything off. And I do it about 3 times to make sure that everything is off, which I'm going to like extensively do tonight. But men do have skincare routines. Don't get us wrong. But most of y'all don't. Most of y'all don't. Most of y'all skincare routine is literally soap and water, dry the face off, go about your day. The only time you have to use moisturizer is when you start shaving really, so everything stays on the clear.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We use moisturizer and some of the body wash comes with aloe. That's what I'm saying. Do you see how simple your routine is? I mean, if my light was bright, you would see all my makeup right here in the back with every product that I use to wash it off, take it off, all that stuff. We use a lot. We use a lot.
A lot.
And I try to use as minimal as possible. You try to wash and go, that's it. I feel like we should be able to do that too. We should, but we don't. Sex on the first date, yes or no? It depends.
Okay,
I don't. It depends. Because I knew that person for a while, and shit happens. Didn't regret it. And then if I just met them, and I did it, I was probably drunk. But I've learned from that experience. Just like I said, being in different fields of nursing, I've learned not to do certain things with certain people until I am fully tested. I get tested every 3 months on the regular. Been doing it since my son was born. That's just me. And if I don't get tested before I mess with somebody, I can't do anything with you. I just can't. And I think that really stemmed from one of my ex cheating on me, and then came and said like I gave him something. And at the same time, I was finding out I was pregnant with my son. And I was like, we haven't messed with each other in over a year. I just found out I was pregnant. They tested me. Here's my results. I don't have anything. And he was like, oh shit, my bad. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, he's one of those. But yeah, so that's why I said, like, that's why I said it depends. Because I have went on a first date with some people, but I knew them for a long time. So it just came naturally. And then there has been an instance where I had sex on the first date, didn't know the person like that, and didn't go anywhere. So, but I haven't done that recently, I would say.
Okay. For me, it just depends. As long as safe, tested, the vibes, just kind of go with the flow.
And that happened. That's why I said I just happened to definitely be drinking. It was a while for me, but yeah, it just didn't go farther than that. And I was like, maybe that was the only thing that they wanted, and that was it. I didn't know. And now we're just at that point that, again, everybody kind of meets on social media. So I'm talking to you for a long time. So by the time that we actually meet, it's like, it's been some time and we've already talked about it. We're at that point. Now we got our first official date. Let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, let me see. How many adult toys do I own? Sasha, you want to go first while I count? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like what I actually have.
I mean, I recently just purged a lot of mine, so my collection is starting fresh. But I would say more than 10 for easily, like easily. Like I'm looking at.
Yeah. So everybody's like, while she counts. Now, the reason why I'm saying why I count, because I was supposed to move, didn't move, so I packed stuff up. So I'm thinking of like the ones that are easily accessible. Okay. Yeah. I have one that actually stays next to my bed, which I absolutely love, which I'm planning on upgrading that one. And then I have 4 in my drawer over there. And then I had another one, and that is missing somewhere, which I'm really hoping nobody took it, because that would be very weird. But
so weird. Ew.
But it's somewhere. But it's somewhere. Because I have different things for different pleasures. Like it's
Mhm.
just, you know,
Yeah.
it I don't really have to go into detail with that, but yeah, it's like that's the one thing I don't have. I don't have a rose. I don't have the rose.
I don't have
I
that one
know
either.
I hear so much about it, but I the reason I'll say this, the reason why I didn't get the rose is because okay, I have the box. I'll show you the box. I'm not gonna actually hold the thing. Is the top here? Yeah. Okay. This thing here, beautiful. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, beautiful because
Mhm. Mhm.
you can use it wherever.
Yep.
Um, and you could have somebody connect to it.
Control it. Yep.
And I absolutely love that feature. Um, my ex had gotten it for me a couple years back, and I was like, "This is itchy." Like we were just talking about it, and he was like, "I'm gonna get it for you." I was like, "For real?" He sent it to my job, which was crazy. And luckily it came in brown, like this brown package. And I was like, "What did you send me?" He was like, "We talked about this." And I was like, "Oh my God, you sent this to my job." But I absolutely loved it because you see those videos of girls like wearing it. Cause okay, I'll say this. I clipped it to my panties before. Now I'm a person that I don't like underwear. It irritates me, can't do it unless I need it. And I said, I'm gonna wear it so I can wear this thing. I don't like it where it's supposed to be technically. I flip it upside down. That
Mm.
gives me the most pleasure. Like, because
Okay.
they're like, oh, flip it here and then just have the big part and then have it slide down. So it is literally just sitting on the clitoris. No. Flip it the other way. Heaven.
Mm.
Absolutely heaven. um, but he sent it to my job. And I was just like, bro, luckily it did not say what it was. Um,
Can you
but I
imagine?
want to upgrade that one. Like, hopefully I have somebody I can do it with where both toys interact with each other.
Oh,
And
yes.
I was like, oh my God, I need that one. I was like, can you feel
Yes.
what they feel? Heaven,
Yeah.
heaven. So that would be a time for those videos I be talking about with sound. Cause yeah, I loved that stuff. Like it was to a point where like we actually did pretend at a point like we didn't know each other. It was like sending like freaky texts to each other in a group chat, like trying to hide it. And then I like the fact that he was sending patterns. So like when I would get home, I had a new pattern to try out. And when he found out he could do it on his iPad, went
Game
wild.
over.
Because like when you control it just from your phone, you only have up and down, and that's it. Like it doesn't have any type of thing. But when you had it on the iPad, you had patterns. You could. Earthquake was my favorite at one point. Before I was just like, yeah, I can't do this because you didn't know when it was gonna happen, like an earthquake. And then when he made it just like it was up, down, zigzags, it was a whole bunch up here, then it was a whole bunch down here, then you feel it on both sides. I was like, yeah, this and then it just sucked because he didn't know how it felt until I tried it out. I was like, this sucks.
Mm.
But definitely one for the books. But yeah. I hopefully one day have somebody to do that with where we can test out patterns together. 'Cause that they were smart making that, especially like for the people that are long distance, you know, one want to try something new. The fairy is
Yeah.
definitely a favorite, fan favorite. But yeah, I've never tried the rose. That's wild. I feel like that's wild. I feel like it's wild.
I don't think
You
I
never.
ever will try the rose. I hear mixed reviews about it,
Yeah.
and it just never was something that enticed me. I don't know. And I also kind of stay away from when there's like a huge trend around something and
Yeah.
everyone has it. But I
Some
do love remote control toys. Those are the best
yes.
invention ever.
The best. That's what I said. Whoever was like, yeah, let's definitely do that. There's a question for you, Sasha. Have you ever turned down a video shoot because they were doing something you didn't support?
Um no, I usually vet things pretty well before I go into it. I'm also very super opinionated on where I stand with things. So I think when companies or brands work with me, they really know where I stand and they know that I will leave if it was something that I wasn't comfortable with. But I'm usually pretty good at making sure that it's a good relationship for both parties. So I don't always say yes to everything that comes
Mm.
my way. So
That's that's good. I mean, because I hear about certain things like, you know, mistreatment and things like that. Like some people actually would do it because of, how much money was involved. But
mm,
it's good to hear it's like, you know what, I'm not comfortable. I'm declining this. Like you have a standard for yourself, what you would and would not do. So I applaud you for that because a lot of people would just say like, oh, this is big money coming in. And it's like, so like,
yeah, it
you
also
know,
comes with time as well,
mhm,
experience. Like I've been in this industry for a very long time. It's also good to have people in your real life that also understand like your morals and things that you're comfortable
mhm,
with to kind of be that extra ear
right.
and to remind you like, yeah, this might be a lot of money, but how are you going to feel about this if you do that? So I've been
Mhm,
very lucky enough to have a really good foundation
mhm,
to help me kind of avoid situations like that. I mean, I
yeah.
have been in, uncomfortable for photography shoots with, creepy men, but for one, I never go to those shoots alone. Which red flag because they would get mad that I'm not alone and let alone that there is a man there with me.
Yeah.
Never work with them that again. But there's also a professionalism to some sort where you're there to do a job as long as you don't feel like you're in danger, you're unsafe, or you're compromising anything within yourself. Do the job and then just put them on a list that you would never work with again and keep it pushing.
Yeah. Yeah. I applaud you. I don't have a clapping soundboard, but because that's why I said like, there's just certain things that I'm like, I don't do, like, because I feel like certain people even like expect us as of now, like content creation wise, they expect us to just be full boobs galore, talking about sex all the time. Like, I'm like, no, I don't talk about sex. I actually have a time limit on my streams. I'm like, keep it PG before 9. Like,
Oh
that's
wow.
yeah. So I try to like not do anything, and I'm like, even when I catch myself, I'm like, no. I said it's before 9. After 9, I'm like, anything goes. We're all adults, but I try to keep it just like on a level where I'm like, there's still something I have to maintain for me, whether it's outside or inside. I'ma abide by it. So people do pay attention. So it's like hopefully they
Yeah.
do see um where it's like I do have morals. It's like please respect it. That's it. Um Mike asked, would we ever do a long distance relationship if somebody shot their shot? My last 4 relationships have been long distance. And again, flew them out when I wanted to because I wanted them here. Oh, yes. That's not a problem.
Um, long distance can get very complicated and it can cause a lot of unnecessary stress on a relationship. But
Mhm.
I think if there is some sort of plans or effort on both parties to try to make it work. And then if you see that it's getting like serious, I would say maybe after like 6 months, 8 months, then maybe there should be some type of conversation where there has to be some type of medium, because long distance can be hard, because it's not like you can just say, hey, be ready by 5 o'clock. I'm gonna pick you up. You have to plan a flight, find a hotel, plan things to do. You lose the option of being able to just say, you know what, let's just go do this today, and being able to just be there much faster. But it just depends, if it's the right circumstances, the right person.
Right.
But I try to avoid it if possible.
I mean, and that's me. Like, I try, but it just happens. And like I said, like, I clicked with a lot of people outside of my state, and I do inside. And coincidentally, they're in a state that I traveled to a lot, but we still only saw each other physically 2-3 times a year. But again, these were people that, but it would be for an extensive time. It wasn't like, I went out there for a day or anything. But it was to a point where I was like, if we're going to do this, we need to figure out how to be closer. And then that's when it would like die down. So it's like, okay, you want somebody close, but not close enough.
Yeah.
It's so I don't mind it, but those were also still, again, people I knew for years that I was comfortable with to even start a long distance relationship with. My last one, we were only online until we actually met, but we didn't make it official until we met. So that was like the one difference that I had with other long distance relationships. Other ones I started because I already knew them previously. But if it happens, it happens. I would love to be with somebody within 20 miles if possible. That's hard in California in general, but it's a lot of work, because you got not only distance, and like you said, you gotta plan flights and hotel stays, how long you're gonna stay, but it's also time difference. That was a big thing that hurts a lot, because it'd be like, by the time that I would get off work, they're going to sleep, or they would text you in the morning, but you're still asleep. And I've been on both sides, where I was in Maryland, my boyfriend at the time was in California. But luckily, he did a night shift, so he would be up with me, when it'd be like, on the later side. So I'm like, okay, like we can be up. Then I moved out here, roles got reversed. I'm out here, I had boyfriend back there. Luckily, again, I got the night shift with him, so I was able to text and be up late. It really it takes a lot of work, and a lot of people don't like putting that work in, and it sucks, if it happens. So I'm like, if you put in the time for that, I feel like you could put in the time to be a little bit closer. It takes work to get there, but hopefully, if it happens again, we would work towards that. But yeah, it's a lot of work, because I spent most of my time like, how do I get my schedule to do something where we can do something together? A lot of my relationships are with other gamers, so our date time is us gaming together, or we'll try to watch a movie, on through FaceTime, like watching Netflix at the same time, stuff like that. But then you get tired of it, and it's like, okay, can you come out here, or can I go out there and visit? Again, it's not as easy for me, because on top of that, I'm a mom. I gotta like schedule a sitter or take him with me and figure that out. I'm not privy to people just meeting my child. I don't care if you watch them walk in the background or anything like that. But it's like, I gotta more than likely like double it. And
Yeah.
sometimes you're not going to want to pay for you and your child. Like, that's where I'm like, I kind of separate like me being in a relationship. And then it's like, if I introduce you to my son, then it's like you're trying to build a relationship with him, then we got to work something else out. So it's like, it's layers to it. Mike said his last marriage started out long distance. Now, you said last marriage, so it didn't work after you got married? I just want to make sure I'm reading that right. Because I want to make sure. I don't want to like say it like the wrong way. Like, if it's your current marriage, and then, yeah, because sometimes I go stupid. And I'm like, let me make sure that I'm reading it right. Long distance is tough, but definitely need a good set period together before I'm like this one. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. And this is why I said like there's a lot of people that will be in my DMs that would be like trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, no. Because I kind of already kind of like see what's going on. 5 minutes? I think it's like 3 now. I think it's like 3 now. And I don't want it to get, like, it's not late for me. So this is like, it's still early and I still gotta eat dinner. I haven't eaten yet. I feel bad. I don't feel bad. Like, that's one of my biggest things. Like, I don't eat, and then everybody's gonna yell at me later that I didn't eat. See, Ray already started. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But okay, they are telling us to wrap up.
Oh man, that went by so fast. Jeez.
I was married and she cheated on me, and I left her. Okay. I wanted to make sure I read it right, that it was your last marriage, and it started off like, because some people would be like, this was my last one, and I'm like, so are you married now? So that's why I'm like, I try to make sure. Oh, I don't see the follows until later. I am so sorry. So everybody that followed, we appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I'm definitely going to be like hitting Sasha up outside of this, because one, she's gorgeous. Like, do you not see this here? Like, professional or not, like, do you see this? Like, my God.
Look at yourself. Hello. Gorgeous. Like, wearing one of my favorite cosplays.
I was just like, let me figure out something. And I had another one, and I was just like, yeah, it's not fitting. So you just gonna have to get this one. I was like, hopefully everything stays in.
Yeah, that one is hard to keep in.
I was like, I don't have any tape or anything. So thank God the mic is right here, because this is my problem side. So Mike says that you are his online wife, that you need to buy her. He says he needs to buy you an espresso machine.
Yeah, he owes me an espresso machine since last year. And Mike, you know, my birthday was a couple weeks ago. So if I'm really your wife, where's the espresso machine? I'm just saying you're over a year late and you missed my birthday. So am I really wifey? Like, I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Like, is this like a virtual divorce right now? Because Mike.
And I have a witness of people too that saw him say he was gonna buy me an $800 espresso machine, and I never got it. So I'm just saying.
I'm sitting here like, you admitted it, Mike. You admitted that you need to buy her an espresso machine.
Yep.
So you got even more witnesses here. Mike,
nah.
You fumbled it all. Like, how could you fumble this? And I'm gonna say it right now because I'm a total flirt. She's sitting down and you fumbled this. Imagine if she stood up, which I know I can't flirt for shit, okay? But if this is me flirting, this is happening. But you see this, I would have been like, you want what? What color? How many cups do you want to make sure? Mike, you're fumbling. I would be on Amazon right now making sure it's getting delivered tomorrow on Amazon Prime as we speak. Okay. like you now you gotta buy her two. You gotta buy two at this point. I suck at flirting, but this is me like flirting. I'm not shooting my shot, but this is definitely flirting. Because when she came on camera, I was just like, I already saw her photo and I was just like, do you guys not see these women I am put up next to? Like, they're like, oh, you're up there. I was like, do you not see these women that I am put next to in this promo? Like, I had to take a moment a few times. And I was just like, every time I post, I'm like, I am really next to, I mean, Bella, I wish she was here because she's beautiful as well. But I was just like, oh my God. I was like, are you, and I was like, am I sure? Like, am I up there?
Yeah, you are, girl.
Like, are you? I was really like, are you sure? Are you sure? Oh, they're like, you're fine. You are up there, but I'm like, yes,
you're beautiful.
I just y'all. My God, I am fumbling right now. Hard. Like how we were with hentai, this is how I feel just about women in general. When I talk about women, I'm just like, do y'all not see them? Because I'm like, y'all be looking for certain things, and I just be like, one thing I can say about Sasha, every time she smiles on camera, I like,
stop.
That's not like trying not to be like dead ass in the camera, but like every time she smiles, it's just like, oh my God. Yeah, like, Mike, again, you're fumbling. I'm looking dead in my camera. Mike, you're fumbling. Okay. Like, she can find another husband tonight. Get that espresso machine. He can't do anything until he gets that espresso machine. And it's gotta be her favorite color. And make sure it has at least 6 cups, different flavors, all of that. Make sure the flavors get sent in every couple weeks, because I know how that works. So you gotta make sure that's already set for the rest of the year. You gotta make up for the whole year until her birthday. You got that, Mike? You got that? You got that? Y'all just saw me flirt. Oh my God. I'm terrible at flirting, but when it comes, just women.
Women.
Just women with just beautiful smiles. Smiles always get me, and I tell it, like, you smile, I'm like. So if y'all, this is why I'm glad makeup and my light is pink, because y'all don't see me blushing. So I'm just like, that's why I say I get shy, I get nervous. I know how to talk to people, but after this, I'm gonna be like, Jesus Christ, Elle, you could have said so much more, and you just took the easy way out. I promise to be better next time. Okay.
I mean, my DMs are always open, so if you want to, slide in there, you could just,
You will get one right after this podcast.
All right, bet.
I'll be like, hey, Sasha, remember me as Elle. That's how this is going to be. Like, I'm definitely like, yeah, like, she's beautiful, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, we're probably going way over time. See, this is why I said I'm glad this mic is here, because I almost just had a slip. Thank God the camera's on the other side, on this side, because yeah, that was totally a ban offense. I'm definitely going to say something. You still are an expression machine, whether I get in the DMs or not. So let me, who are we rating? Who are we rating? Because I have people that I can send over as well. Just so we just all go together, because oh my God, my face hurts from smiling the last 2 days. Like this right here, just we're rating Struggle. I love him.
Oh, okay, wait, before we rate out Struggle, fuck Struggle, that's my ex, and he knows I don't fuck with him, but we gonna rate out because we still love him anyways. But I just have to say that because that's our relationship.
You know what? I'm about to be like, struggle. Now you owe her an espresso machine as well.
Yeah.
Because what? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not my chat saying I gotta step my game up. I'm going to. I promise. Later, give me 30 minutes or so. Because yeah. All right. So I already got my raid started. So I'ma let you guys do your thing because I don't know what transitions you guys have set. Oh my goodness. My heart. My heart right now. I'm just Sasha, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Like this is beautiful. You don't really get a lot of women to talk to just like this. And
that's true.
Be open. And nobody's judging. Nobody's judging. So I love this. Thank you. I hope we're doing this again.
Yeah.
I hope we're doing this again.
Okay? I'm down.
So I'm gonna send my raid over. I hope they're doing the same as well. And then we will see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.